Alright, all you time-warping VR video game troopers out there, welcome back to the Indy Radio Arcade. And now it's time for us to go to another edition of the $64,000 question. But before we go into this week's question, we asked you last week for approximately $500,000. Would you block 5 penalty shots from the Mighty Ducks player known as Fulton, and an extra $20,000 for each one you take afterwards? And a couple of you out there would sound off so hard on this one, we just had to read it over the air. And one of you would say, "Are you insane? There is no way I'm gonna take a slapshot penalty from that madman." Another person would say, "Where do we get the equipment from?" And the last person would say, with a whooshing sound whizzing past his head every time, "Thank you, sir, may I have another? Thank you, sir, may I have another?" And he said this approximately 20 times, so yeah. He's going home with $900,000 according to the maestro's math. Yikes! You're the real insane one here. And to the other two people, well, there is a shop called Sports Zone around here that you can get that equipment from to block those shots. And to the other guy, no, I'm not insane. That guy who did that challenge and got 900 grand is insane. Go talk to him about insanity. And with those questions properly answered, folks, we go into this week's $64,000 question, where we asked you for approximately $64,000. Would you do a VR simulation of any of the levels from Crash Bandicoot Warp, or from the past 2 Crash Bandicoot games that came out prior to that one? And for those who are willing to do any of the levels where you have to run from the giant polar bear, we will tack on an extra $50,000, because according to the maestro, we will be throwing snow at you while you're doing the run. Yeah, we're that mean. But before you answer that question at home, folks, you're gonna have to wait another 2 weeks there, Crystal Stealers, because the maestro's currently rolling out the machines, which means we gotta bring the Indy Radio Arcade for this week to an emphatic close. But if you miss anything for this week's show, folks, don't worry, we got you covered, because you can catch the show again one more time, all the time, on our SoundCloud, Facebook, and even Tumblr pages, all named the same, only known as Music Village Radio, under the hashtag Indy Radio Arcade Lvl.88. And as a matter of fact, I do believe that is the same year we were born. Nice! And if you guys want to go ahead and figure out what other crazy and zany things that we still got prepared for the remaining days of this sports month, heading directly into the month of horror like the year I was born with a 19 in front of it, you can go ahead and check it out on our Twitter page and YouTube page named the same, only known as the Double Agent 0012. And before we head out for the day, we would like to thank, as always, you, the contestants out there, for listening in to a special 8-bit summer ending, sports month ending as well edition of the Indy Radio Arcade. And along with them, we would like to thank you, the independent artists out there, for delivering that musical goodness like you always do. And if you're able to provide music for this week's challenge, we'll tack on an extra $30,000 to it as well, just for you musicians out there, for all your hard work. And finally, last but not least, we would like to thank you, the independent gamers out there, for coming out with all those sweet video game hits, clips, and high scores that we had a chance to mention during this week's show. And as always, you indie gamers out there, keep those games coming, because I got a feeling the next month we do games, it's gonna be a real scary treat. And I guess with the creepy janitor giving us that look, the van moose along with the keys to lock up, and also a rake just in case to clean up some leaves on the outside of the shop. I'm DJ Smokey on behalf of the Maestro, and finally for the end of the summer solstice along with this sports month for this show, saying, when there's smoke, there's fire. And we would like to thank you for playing yet another sports month ending, season ending, Lvl.88 edition of the Indy Radio Arcade. We're finished, man. We're done. Game over, man. Game over. And good night, everybody.
Yeah, this is my Mixcraft.